Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Alhamdulillah wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruhu wa nu'minu bihi wa natawakkalu alayhi wa na'udzu billahi min shururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina man yahdihillahu fala mudilla lahu wa man yudlilhu fala hadiya lahu wa ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan 'abduhu wa rasuluhu. أما بعد فإن خير الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I welcome you all back to our Sunday class, and inshallah we are on the page 18. I just share my screen. So Bismillah, Assalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah, Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa hlul uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So we are on course 5, page 18, pointer B, Al-Baqarah, verse 122 to 123. It shared the lessons on the WhatsApp group, so hopefully you'll have gone through those. Just okay. So we are on the now on the last quarter. We have finished page 17. We are on page 18. So inshallah today we will be on the last part of the discourse to the Bani Israel who did not value the guidance. Okay. And after that, the story of Ibrahim alayhi salam will start. That's another story. So we had the beginning, then we had the story of Adam alayhi salam, and then we had this long part of the guidance to the Bani Israel and favors to the Bani Israel, and that they did not follow it. And inshallah, from later we'll be going to be seeing the story of Ibrahim alayhi salam, inshallah. So this is the last 5 pages, which is represented by the left hand, the last quarter. So the first we saw the Jews and Christians will never be pleased. And the second part today, inshallah, what we'll be seeing the Bani Israel, and remember the favors of Bani Israel, of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on Bani Israel. This ayat actually is a repetition because the same ayat has gone before, but we'll see why it is coming here and the significance of it at this particular point after the discourse is over, inshallah. So the pointers for the 18th page are the Jews and Christians will never be pleased. Second point of today that we will be covering is Bani Israel, and remember the favors that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did. The third pointer is test of Ibrahim alayhi salam, and fourth is house of Allah and the city. So the pointers in brief: Jews and Christians, Bani Israel, Ibrahim alayhi salam, and house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Bani Israel, and remember the favors of Bani Israel is the second pointer of the 18th page. After a long address to the Bani Israel, reminding them about the past, Allah gives them one more reminder here. And this, in fact, is the conclusion of those reminders, because before that, it was a direct dialogue that was going on between them. And this is the concluding part of all the favors that Allah Ta'ala did. So it started with asking them to remember the favors with the same ayat coming there. And now it is the ending of it. And we'll see why and what are the differences in the part of the ayat then and now. The lessons are Bani Israel were chosen over all other nations. This was a huge, great favor upon them by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as well as a huge responsibility to follow the message. Remembering Allah's favors helps us develop gratitude and makes it easy to follow Allah's commands. The day of judgment will be very tough. No helper will be there on that day except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Remembering it will make it easy to overcome wrong temptations and desires. How easy is the Quran? This is since this ayat is almost repeated. There are no new words in this. We are seeing the word for word and phrase for phrase translation. So with that, inshallah, let us begin. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Ya Bani إسرائيل اذكروا نعمتي التي أنعمت عليكم وأني فضلتكم على العالمين. So it starts with address. Ya is vocative particle wherein we are addressing somebody. So Ya Bani Israel, Bani Israel, children of Israel. So as we said that this part is towards the end of the whole discussion with the Jews in Medina, and here Allah Ta'ala is again addressing with them, Ya Bani Israel, O children of Israel. So what Allah Ta'ala is saying, Uzkuru ni'mati. Uzkur, Zakara yazkuru uzkur. Uzkur is to remember. Ni'mati. Ni'mati is in singular form. And ni'mati is my favor. The ya would have a sukoon, but since there is an al following it, it has become ni'mati yallati. Okay, I'll just write and show you that. An'amtu, which I bestowed, alaykum, upon you. Wa anni, and indeed I, faddaltukum, preferred you, alal alamin, over the alamin. Since now we are doing the Nahm and the Sarf also. So we'll analyze this ayat in that thing also. So that though the ayat is clear and the meanings are clear, we'll basically focus on two things: why this ayat is here at this particular point, and the Nahu part of it. Okay. So Ya is vocative. Ya Bani Israel. Who is Israel? Who is Israel?
Yaqub alayhi salam.
Yaqub alayhi salam, correct. So Israel is Yaqub alayhi salam, and the advantage of calling somebody by their father's name is to ask them or to have respect and that not do mischief or misbehavior. So we can say somebody by their name. Here Allah Ta'ala could have used Ya Yahudu or Ya Nasara, whatever, but here Allah Ta'ala is saying Ya Bani Israel. So when you're saying like son of so and so, so it indicates that keep respect of your father, something like that, right? So this is Israel, that is Yaqub. Yaqub alayhi salam is the son of Isaac alayhi salam, and all the generations and the progenies and all the prophets came in the generation of Isaac alayhi salam. And here Allah Ta'ala doesn't call us Ya Bani Ismail, but Allah Ta'ala calls our father Ibrahim and denotes our ummah with Ibrahim alayhi salam. So Ibrahim alayhi salam had a bigger role. He had traveled so much, and his mission was for almost the whole world of that time, and that's why at that time he has traveled so much, indicating the universality of his message. And as against that, all the prophets that came to the Banu Israel, that is Isaac alayhi salam's progeny, were all located in and around the holy city, indicating that those prophets were for their times and those things only, right? So yeah, Bani Israel, O children of Israel. So that is the advantage of using Bani Israel. Then Allah is saying, Uzkuru ni'mati allati, oh remember my ni'mat. Here Allah is using ni'matun is what? It is singular or plural? Ni'matun. Ni'matun is singular or plural?
Plural,
Yes.
plural.
Plural?
Ni'amati. Ni'am, no? Ni'amatun nahi.
Ni'matun is singular and the plural is ni'amun. Ni'amun. Right? So this is singular.
Singular.
So what is the favor? We had discussed this last time when we had discussed this ayat before. What is the favor that Allah Ta'ala did on them, which Allah Ta'ala is asking them to remember? Allah Ta'ala gave them the book. Allah Ta'ala sent so many prophets on them. So that was their link with Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, and that link is what Allah Ta'ala is calling the favor, right? Not the worldly things. And all these things that Allah Ta'ala enumerated here, that he gave them water at 12 different points. He gave them the man, he gave them salwa, he helped them against the Fir'aun, he parted the sea for them, and so on and so forth. We saw all these coming in the ayat after this particular thing has started. Ya Bani Israel uzkuru ni'mati, and then all those favors had come. Here Allah Ta'ala is reminding them of his favor, and ni'matun is singular, ni'mati is my favor. We just discussed why is there a fatha here. Or is it, or what condition this is? This is nasab state, jar state, or what state is this? Okay, this is actually nasab state, but this fatha here is not because of the nasab state. Okay,
It's my, no, it's my.
my, yeah, so it is my is
Actually,
ni'mati.
my ni'mati is this no mudaf like.
Yes, but this this should be a sukoon here, ni'mati, but since it is followed by al has no i'rab, ya will not have any i'rab, so ni'ma till it will become, and then this ya is dropped completely. That's why to consider that this ya is there, ni'mati, a fatha is put. Like after min we put fatha, minallah, min, and then this, instead of this min we put a fatha here instead of the sukoon. So same way this alif is hamza, fatha is put here. Okay, though this is in a nasab state, the ni'mati doesn't make it look like a nasab state, right? Uzkur ni'mati, so ni'mati is actually nasab state. Okay, so this is the nah part, and but this fatha here is because of the al that is following here, the hamza without any i'rab. Okay, so ya bani Israel adhkuru ni'mati allati an'amtu alaykum. An'amtu, I favored. In Alhamdulillah we say an'amta. So there if we say an'amtu, it will become wrong completely and the meaning will change completely. Here Allah Ta'ala is saying allati an'amtu, which I bestowed alaykum, upon you. Wa anni, and indeed I, and that I, faddaltukum, I preferred you, alal alamin. So why, what state is alamin?
Plural.
Plural, yes, but what state? Now we are learning the nahu. So what state is it? Is it the nasab state? Is it the jar state, or is it the rafa state?
Jar.
Nasab.
Jar, because it is followed by Allah, right? It is not alamun, it is alamin, and this is jar state because it is followed by Allah. Nasab state also will be alamin only, but if it is followed by a hurf jar or a preposition, this is jar state. Okay, so this is the revision of the grammar also we have to do in all the ayat that we are doing now, right? So an'amtu alaykum wa anni faddaltukum ala alamin. So faddaltu is which tense? Present tense, past tense?
Past tense.
Past tense. So Allah is telling them that I had preferred you over the alamin, which also means that now I have changed my preferences. Okay, so with this with the Quran coming, now you would have to follow the Quran after having showed them all their mistakes that they did. In spite of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala favoring them, Allah ta'ala is again reminding them towards the end of this discourse that still come back to the reality, come back to the haqq. Okay, so ya bani Israel azkuru ni'mati allati an'amtu alaykum wa anni faddaltukum 'ala al-alamin. Okay, so who will do this? Rashid sahab, aap kar lenge yaar?
Inshallah.
122.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Ya bani Israel azkuru ni'mati allati an'amtu alaykum wa anni faddaltukum ala al-alamin. Ya bani, O children, Ya Israel of Israel, uskuru, remember, ni'mati allati, my favor which an'amtu alaykum, I bestowed upon you, wa anni, and that I faddaltukum preferred you alal alamin over the world.
Alhamdulillah. So when you're saying ni'mati, it should be not ni'mati. In Urdu, we also say ni'mat, but it becomes majhul. It is ni'mati, not ni'mati, right? Ni'mati. Since we know the word in Urdu as ni'mat, we sometimes pronounce it as majhul. So we have to pronounce it properly. Ma'ruf. Noon, ain, zir, ni'mati. Right? So ni'mati allati an'amtu alaykum wa anni faddaltukum ala al-alamin. Okay. Alhamdulillah. So these are the ayat. After relating so many historical events, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reminds them again of his favors. Allah had sent a number of prophets among them and also made some of them kings and rulers. They did not earn those favors nor deserve them. They are due purely to Allah's mercy and kindness. So who are the kings amongst them? Allah ta'ala is saying that some of them are,
Daud alayhi salam, Sulaiman
yes,
alayhi salam.
yes, mashallah, and they are the best of the rulers. Alhamdulillah. The other import from this ayat is remembering Allah's favors help us to be closer and sincere and obedient to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So if Allah ta'ala has favored us also by giving us the Quran, it is a favor on us. Other thing is that I heard Allah ta'ala is asking them to remember whatever Allah ta'ala has done with them and to them. Same applies to us. Whatever Allah ta'ala has given us or the favors Allah ta'ala has given us, we have to be thankful for those favors, and if we are thankful, then Allah ta'ala will inshallah give us more. Also, it is like a warning to what all they did not do or did not obey. If we are not going to obey our book, then we also would be in the disfavored people. So we have to see what is our status. Are we doing things that will please Allah, or we are doing something against that? So remembering Allah's favor is something that helps us to be closer and sincere and obedient to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So instead of thanking Allah by following his commands, they became arrogant, mocked at Allah's messengers and rules, and were proud of hollow rituals and customs. They should have accepted the message of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but they became his opponents instead. So we also have to see if our prayers have become just rituals or it still has some heart in it. So think, like Bani Israel have been awarded so many favors. The most important favors are we are given the Quran and we are in the ummah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Okay, so an'amtu alaykum is what? I bestowed upon him, I bestowed upon you, I bestowed upon them, he bestowed upon me. An'amtu is I bestowed, alaykum is upon you all, right? So second is B is the answer. Wa anni faddaltukum, wa anni faddaltukum, wa anni, and that I, faddaltu, preferred, kum, you all, right? So the options here are and that I preferred you, and that I preferred. So were is there, so and that I prefer you is not preferred, it is the past tense, and that's why D is the answer. Okay. Remembering Allah's favors helps us for what? To be closer to Allah, to be sincere to Allah, to be obedient to Allah, to develop gratitude. It is all of the above.
All.
Yeah, all of the above. So alhamdulillah. So with this we come to the next or the second part of the ayah for today. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. واتقوا يوما لا تجزي نفس عن نفس شيئا ولا يقبل منها عدل ولا تنفعها شفاعة ولا هم ينصرون. And واتقوا, and fear, yawman, a day. So fear a day. How would you know it's a day? Because we have a tanween here. Okay. Wattaqu yawman. I'll just take the wattaqu yawman la tajzi, will not avail or will not give any jaza, nafsun, a soul, and nafsin, for another soul. Shay'a, anything. Why is this anything? Shay'an means thing. Why is it translated as anything?
Because tanween only.
Because of tanween, it is singular.
Yeah.
Not even one thing will be helped, and that's why a thing or a thing is or anything will be same.
And it's
This is singular, right? So here we have singular yawman. Tanween is telling us it is singular. La tajzi nafsun, a soul, any soul, an nafsin, about any other soul. So all these are singulars, and they are singulars because of tanween, right? We'll see the nah part as we go ahead. Shay'an, anything. Wala, and not yuqabalu. Yuqbalu is will
passive.
not be accepted. It is what type?
Passive form. Passive.
Passive form. Very good. It is not the fourth form, it is passive form. Why? Because of the fatha on the ain kalima. We have
Second
already
last.
studied this. Fatha on the ain kalima is passive voice. So yuqbalu. If it was fourth form, it would have akbala yuqbilu with a kasra. Aslama yuslimu with a kasra. Okay. So wala yuqbalu minha, from it, adlun, any compensation. Adl is equality. If you have done something wrong to somebody, then do the return equal. This is adl. Wala tanfa'uha, and will not benefit. Shafa'atun, any intercession. Again, any is because of this tanween,
Tanween.
right? So now with the grammar, we know that just one tanween here indicates any. Okay. Wala hum yunsarun. Yunsarun again is what form?
Passive voice.
Passive
Passive,
voice.
because of the fatha
Plural.
on the sod, right? So now we have started understanding, in spite of this, this is not fourth form because it is fatha here. It is passive, right? So this is how we differentiate passive voice from the fourth form of the verb. So then after having reminding them of the favors, Allah Ta'ala is then now going towards the akhirah and reminding them about or making them fear about the akhirah. This would apply to us also. And Allah Ta'ala is saying, what taqu, taqa is the order. What is the root of word of taqa?
Wow,
word?
kafi.
Wow,
Wow,
kaf
kafi.
and ya. Waqaya. Wow, kaf and ya. Waqa. And which form it is going to be in?
Ikhtalafa.
Ikhtalafa, seventh form. Ikhtalafa yakhtalifu. And this ta we have discussed last time. One of the ta is the waw, which has become alif and now converted to a ta. That's why we have a shadda on the ta. Okay. So waqa, yaqi, ittaqa becomes ittaqa because of the ta of the ikhtalafa, and one of the waw becomes a alif, and that is mixed with that ta, and then that's why it becomes ittaqa. So what taqu is order and fear. Yawman, a day, which is the day of judgment. La tajzi, will not benefit. Now why ta is used here?
Nafsun. Refers to
Nafsun.
nafsun.
Yes. Also la tajzi is like an with la you get ta, la ta. Also nafs is a feminine form. La tajzi, will not benefit. Nafsun, a soul. So here it is in rafa state. Nothing will benefit a soul in the rafa state. Then we have an as a preposition, and after an we have nafsin because of this an. So this is in the jar state. Okay. Now it is getting clear.
Yes, sir.
So, yeah. So this is the dhamma, which is of the rafa state, and because of this preposition an, we are getting the nafsin. Word is same, meaning is same. A soul, another soul. An is about a soul. Shay'an we already discussed. Because of this tanween, it is anything. Wala yuqbalu. Yuqbalu is to accept, and it will not be accepted. It is in the passive form, not qabala yaqbalu active form, passive form, right? Minha, from it, from whom? From the nafs. Nothing will be accepted, one nafs for the other, right? So again, with this, what we understand is on the Yawm al-Qiyamah, on the day of judgment, it is the nafs which is going to get the azab. Okay, not our body. Our bodies are going to get deteriorated once we are going into the graves. It is the nafs which is going to be recompensated with what good it has done with its body, right? So what are we doing good with our body? It is a nafs which is going to bear the brunt of that on Yawm al-Qiyamah. So Allah Ta'ala is warning them, وَاتَّقُوا يَوْمًا لَا تَجْزِي نَفْسٌ عَنْ نَفْسٍ, one soul to another, shay'an, anything, wala yuqbalu minha adlun, and will not be accepted from it. Adl is what? Equality or compensation. Wala tanfa'uha, nafa'a yanfa'u, right? Tanfa'u, again the ta is used because of the feminine form of nafs,
Shafa.
and ha is also because of the nafs, right? Will not benefit. Wala tanfa'uha shafa'atun. Shafa'atun, intercession. Wala hum yunsarun, and they will not be helped. So if you see the ayah which is gone before in the beginning, the order is slightly different, right? There it says wala yuqbalu minha shafa'atun, and wala hum yunsarun is not there. I'll just see that ayah.
ولا يؤخذ منها.
Wala yuqbalu
يؤخذ.
yeah, so there it was the beginning of the discourse that was going on, and I think of 48, no? 44.
Ayat number 47.
Ayat number 47, yeah, 47. Just a minute.
In place of adlun, there it is shafa.
Yeah, so there it was the beginning of the discourse. So wattaqu yawman la tajzi nafsun an nafsin, part is same shay'an wala yuqbalu minha shafa'atun. So before the story starting, if you are in a court, first what you'll require is a lawyer who will be able to intercede for you, right? So there Allah Ta'ala is using, it will not be accepted. Wala yuqbalu minha shafa'atun wala yu'khazu minha adlun, and will not be taken adl. So after the shafa'at has failed, you will still want to offer some ransom, and that is how the normal scheme of things is. And Allah Ta'ala is saying it will not be taken from them. Walahum yunsarun is part same, and they will not be helped. So here Allah Ta'ala is then changing the order and saying that now since you have already not listened to all this, right? So what are the things that could have offered shafa? Shafa is intercession. Who is going to be doing shafa for us in the akhirah? And they had the knowledge. That's why they would have thought that like we'll be having the shafa. So here Allah Ta'ala is denying that completely. So what is, or who is it that could intercede? What do we know from the Sunnah? Who is going to intercede for us?
Rasulullah.
Right. That is one. Then the angels will be again a proof of what we have done. The Quran is going to come in the form of a human being, and the Quran is going to intercede for us. So they would have also had all those knowledges, and they would have thought that, okay, we have the chosen people and we are the ones, and they were the ones who were completely having the knowledge of the Torah. They had knowledge of the angels, but we saw in between that they had made Jibreel alayhi salam as their enemy. So now they have disregarded the book. So now the book is not going to come for intercession. They have disregarded the angels. So the angels are also not going to come for the intercession. And if they did not follow the book that the prophets had got, or the orders that the prophets had got, the prophets are also not going to be interceding there. That was why the beginning, the shafa'atun has come before. Here, shafa'atun is coming in the end. Before that, they would try to compensate it with something, but we know on that day we will have nothing with which we can compensate our souls. We will not have whatever we are having today, the dinar and the dirhams. So we should spend those dinar and dirhams today, so that will work as a intercession for us, right? So our good deeds are something that can intercede for us. The angels, we know that they say that nahnu awliyaukum fil hayati dunya wa fil akhirah wa lakum ma tashtahi anfusukum. So right, so they are also interceding, helping us now. They are asking for forgiveness for us now in this worldly life also, and in the akhirah they will be helping us. But we have to have belief in that. We have to be following the commands that the prophets have got for us, and that could be a source for intercession. So here Allah Ta'ala is denying them that kind of intercession completely, and Allah Ta'ala is saying that it will not be accepted. Even if you give that time you may not have anything. We know that on that day, يَوْمَ يَفِرُّ الْمَرْءُ مِنْ أَخِيهِ, that a man will start running away from his own family, his brother, his father, his wife, his mother, and everybody will be having his own thought and what is going to happen to me. So Allah Ta'ala is reminding us of that day and making us fear and sort of warning us and warning them at those times towards the concluding part of the dialogue with them. And here Allah Ta'ala is saying, La tanfu, it will not benefit, even if they have intercession, it is not going to benefit them. Walahum yunsarun, and they will not be helped. Right? So we have to remember the favor that Allah has done on us by making this book reach us, and so we get the knowledge out of it. But the whole point of that should be implementation, and we should try and see that we implement it, inshallah. Let Allah make it easy for us to implement these ayat, inshallah. So who's going to do? Dr. Abdul Rahman sahab, aap kar lenge? आवाज नहीं आ रही है? आवाज नहीं आ रही है? ठीक, आसिफ आप कर लीजिए.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم واتقوا يوما لا تجزي نفس عن نفس شيئا ولا يقبل منها عدل ولا تنفعها شفاعة ولا هم ينصرون. And fear a day. واتقوا, and fear yawman, a day in which la tajziyu nafsun an nafsin, will not avail a soul another soul, shay'a, anything, wala yuqbalu, and will not accept it, and will not be accepted, minha, from it, adlun, any compensation, wala tanfa'uha, and will not benefit it, shafa'atun, any intercession, wala hum yunsarun, and not they will be helped.
Alhamdulillah. So as we said that this is the order now, Allah Ta'ala is ordering them to fear a day. This is like a warning. So for us also, we have to learn lessons that what is going to happen on that day and how we are going to help ourselves with any intercession at that time. So if we are doing right things, then the angels will intercede for us. If we are reading the Quran and implementing on it, the Quran will come as a hujjah for us. And of course, if we are following the Prophet will be interceding, right? But we have to be in line with it so that we are recognized as somebody who would be helped by the intercession. Okay, so may Allah Ta'ala make the intercession easy for us and make things in the worldly life easy for us so that we are able to avail those intercession, inshallah. So don't lose the focus, that is, keep the day of judgment in the front of your eyes. If a person remembers the day of judgment, he will not be misled by shaitan and will follow the truth even if it is difficult or against his or her wishes. Right? So on that day, no person will be held responsible for another person. No money is going to help. No recommendation is going to help. No power can come and help you. You might have connections in this world, but those connections are not going to be helping you except with Allah's permission. Illa bi iznillah. Right? We have that in Ayatul Kursi also. So with that, we'll take hadith narrated Abu Huraira radiallahu anhu. The Prophet ﷺ said, on the day of resurrection, Allah will hold the whole earth and fold the heaven with his right hand and say, I am the king. Where are the kings of the earth? Right? So people who are kings here now or are in the position now and are going against the deen, Allah Ta'ala is going to question all of them. Right? So la tajzi nafsun an nafsin is what? A soul will not avail another soul, a soul will not avail you, a soul will not avail them. Right? So we saw that one soul will not avail another soul. So the A is the answer. Wala tanfa'uha shafa'atun, and will not benefit shafa'atun, and any intercession will not help it, any intercession will not benefit it. Nafa is benefit, so, and any intercession will not benefit it. and any intercession will benefit it. So C is the answer, will not benefit it. So on the day of resurrection, Allah will hold the whole earth and fold the heavens with whose hands? With angel's hands, with his right hand, with his left hand, with his both hands. Right? So we saw that it is his right hand. On the day of resurrection, no person will be held responsible for another. No money is going to be helpful. No recommendations is going to be helpful. No power can help you. All of the above is the right answer. Right. So with that, what we saw is in the ayat, the translations will take all together. O children of Israel, remember my favor which I bestowed upon you, and I preferred you over the worlds, and fear a day when no soul will avail another in the least, and no compensation will be accepted from it, nor will any intercession benefit it, nor will they be helped. Right. So the lessons, we saw this before also. So Bani Israel were chosen over all nations. This was a great favor upon them by Allah, as well as a huge responsibility to follow the message. Similar responsibility lies on us. Remembering Allah's favor helps us develop gratitude and makes it easy to follow Allah's commands. The day of judgment will be very tough. No helper will be there on that day except Allah. Remembering it will make it easy to overcome the wrong temptations and desires and make us follow the right path. So we have to keep fearing that. So it has to be a balance between the favors and the fear that will take us through, inshallah. So the plan would be, make me thankful and obedient servant, grant me Jannah on the day of judgment out of your mercy. Inshallah, I will remember Allah's favors, especially when doing the dhikr of Allah. Alhamdulillah. So we'll come to the nouns and verbs, and in that we'll first see the plurals. So ni'matun is a singular, and the plural of that is ni'amun. That's a plural. Alamun, and we know alamun and alameen will be there, but since here it is in the jar state, it is alameen. Yawmun, the plural is ayyam, broken plural. Nafsun, the plural is anfusun. So soul or self. When it is used in the thing of breathing, nafs, it is nufus, breaths. Okay. Then we have these words, uzkur, dhakar, yadhkuru, right? Then we have yuqbal is the passive form. So qabila is on sami'a pattern. Qabila yaqbalu, sami'a yasma'u, qabila yaqbalu, iqbal, qabil, maqbul, and qabul, to accept. Maqbul is thing accepted, and qabil is a person who is accepting. In Urdu, it is a different meaning, qabil, right? But Arabic meaning would mean that person who accepts is qabil. Nafa'a yanfa'u is fataha yaftahu. Nafa'a yanfa'u infa. Nafi, manfu, and naf'un, benefit. Nafa. Then we have shafa on again bab fataha. Shafa'a, yashfa'u, ishfa, shafi, mashfu, and shafa'a. Right? Then we have nasara, which is bab nasr only. Nasara yansur, unsur, nasir, mansur, and nasr. The word used here is yunsarun, which is passive form. Okay, we have 1 minute to go. So if we are disconnecting, you join again. Then we have jaza, yajzi, ijzi, jazin, majziyun, and jaza'un. The weak form. Then an'ama is root was na'ama, and aslama on pattern. On pattern aslama. An'ama yun'imu an'im. Mun'im mun'am in'am. Then faddala is on allama. Faddala yufaddilu faddil. Mufaddil mufaddal tafdil. Mufaddal is a name of a lot of people. A lot of Buris keep it. Then we have ittaqa, yattaqi, ittaqi, muttaqin, muttaqa, and ittiqan. Right? We will think disconnect anytime. So we will join again if we get disconnected. So isme fa'il of shafa is shafi. This is wrong. Shafa'atun no. Shafi, D is the answer. Shafi'un. Okay. Then jaza, fa'il amr, ijzi. Then ni'ama, ni'am. A is the answer. Alhamdulillah. Okay, so we are done, and inshallah we'll start the grammar in the next session.